Hello there, everyone. How you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're reading r/entitled people, where people are very entitled. If you enjoy the stories I have for you today, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Now, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Two entitled old ladies tried to take my table at a student cafe because they didn't want to sit in the sun. So this happened earlier today, and I still can't believe it. I had an exam at my university, but before that, I had a class that left me with about 2.5 hours of free time. I decided to head to a coffee shop nearby to do some last minute studying. It's a spot where a lot of students go to study with their laptops, and usually you don't see anyone over 30 there since it's right across from my university. The weather was nice, so I decided to sit outside. It was around 1:30 p.m., so the place was pretty empty. Plenty of open tables both outside and inside. I ordered my coffee and started studying with my notes spread out. About 45 minutes later, I noticed two older women, probably around 45 each, looking at me and glancing around the coffee shop. It was a bit odd, but I didn't think much of it at first. They sat down at a table but got up and started walking towards me, which felt even weirder. I figured maybe they wanted an extra chair for my table. No, they came up to me and asked if they could sit at my table. I was confused and told them there were plenty of empty tables around, including one right next to mine, but they said,
No, we want to sit at this table because the other tables are in the sun, and we don't want to sit there.
It took me a second to process this. Were they really expecting me to move so they could have my table, while I was clearly studying with my notes and everything laid out? I told them again there were plenty of other tables available, and that I don't understand why they wanted mine. They kept insisting.
Can we sit here?
At this point, I wasn't sure if they wanted to sit with me or if they wanted me to leave, but either way I said, no you can't, and went back to my work. They looked so offended, like I had personally insulted them. After that, they went to the waitress and started complaining about the situation. But obviously, there wasn't much the waitress could do. They ended up leaving the cafe, clearly annoyed. Honestly, one of the most entitled experiences from old people I've ever had. Like, maybe if you don't like the sun, don't go out for coffee at like 2 p.m.? I would have asked them why they were sitting outside if they didn't like the sun, and reminded them that this is the whole concept of indoors, that protects you from the angry hot ball in the sky. My god, the nerve of some people just baffles me. On to the next story. Leash laws don't apply to her. I was walking at a park, and a woman had two dogs, both with leashes attached to their collars. But both were running free. Guess my understanding of leash law and hers differ a lot. After a while, she decided it was time to leave, and was able to get one of the dogs to come over to her, but the other one took off. She called, she walked away. She picked up a stick and stuck the dog ran away from her. At some point, the dog was running where I was walking, but since I didn't know anything about the dog, or how he or she would react to a stranger, I did nothing. The dog wasn't in any danger, and if the owner had kept the leash in hand, or heaven above, drove 3 minutes down the road to the dog park, she wouldn't be in this situation. After about 15 minutes, she managed to get the dog back under control, and as she was walking out of the park, and I was in earshot, she was telling someone on speakerphone
About how no one would even help me.
The friend on the phone told her, well, maybe next time keep the leash in your hand and you won't need to have help to get him back. I started laughing and kept walking. That's one smart friend. God, people like this are awful. As someone who is very afraid of big dogs, it's even worse when they're off the leash. How hard is it to purchase a $12 leash for you and your dog's safety? It's awful when the dog is off leash and not trained. It's even worse when the dog is off leash and not trained, and their owner is not paying attention. Anyways, on to the next story. We don't have Medicaid. We work for a living. I work at the front desk in an emergency department. We get a lot of patients with Medicaid, especially on the night shift, since there isn't a 24/7 urgent care in town. We also get a lot of patients with Medicare. Combine that with 12-hour shifts, sometimes 3 or 4 days in a row, and there's gonna be a mistake somewhere or another. I see you have Medicaid for the insurance. Has anything changed with that since your last visit? Karen, not her actual name.
We don't have a Medicaid. We work for a living. We have Medicare because we are retired from working.
Staring up. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Just a slip of the tongue. It does say you have Medicare. Just wanted to double check that nothing's changed with that.
No, it hasn't.
She proceeds to have an outraged, whispered conversation with her friend or family member all through triage. I work and have health care through work, but I still get Medicaid because I have a disability, and my commercial health care doesn't cover everything. My Medicaid acts as a secondary cover to the copay and co-insurance fees I can't afford otherwise. I would be screwed if I didn't have it because I have to see my doctor and have the procedures done so frequently. I absolutely hate the fact that people are so stuck up in the mindset that if you have any kind of government assistance, you must be unemployed and just wanting to mooch off anyone without doing any work. Some of us actually do work 40 hours a week. Some of us do make more than minimum wage. Some of us just happen to live in high cost of living areas and not be lucky enough to have parents that can help us out with bills and rent. Anyways, on to the next story. Idiots trying to make me work for free. Hey everyone, this happened a few weeks ago. I'm glad I found this community to share with. So I'm a recently certified makeup artist and licensed, I can't pronounce that, in the state of NH. I've been practicing makeup artistry for almost 3 years now, on other people. I've been through a lot in my life and truly just want my job to bring me joy. So because makeup is my passion, I want to make others feel beautiful as a job. It's going to take time to build clientele, and I'm about to start working as a bridal assistant, which I'm super excited about. I doubt I'll have an official business established for at least a couple years, it all depends. But for now, I'm just doing what I can, and I'm always excited to have people model for me. I know I'm good at what I do, but I will never stop practicing and getting better at it. I just want to feel like I've mastered it. And I'm still a noob, so I wouldn't say I'm the best by any means. But I have done several TV commercials and have had enough practice to know I'm not bad at it. The goal is to work on everyone, no matter your skin tone, skin type, gender, age, sexuality, and so on. Like, I don't discriminate. People who do piss me off. Anyways, I had somebody message me on my Instagram account saying they wanted their makeup done for an event, along with 6 other people. I said I'm down for the challenge, always excited to do makeup for others, and I want to do more with multiple people, so at a time to prepare for future bridal parties, so I said I would. Then they proceeded to tell me that I'm expected to come do their makeup and facials on 7 people total. Absolutely for $0, also known as free. I don't think I have the messages anymore, but they were so rude about it too. Just full on expecting me to think that it was cool. Like, what does that do for me? I was in total shock. Like, excuse me? Just because I'm a new makeup artist doesn't mean I work for free. If I'm asking you to model for me, then yes, it's free. But if you're asking me to do your makeup, then it's my time and my money on the line. I'm not even charging people yet, but I obviously would have if this was a serious offer. I would have been fine doing discounted services too, but after they said this, I was obviously like, yeah, no, I don't do free makeup and facials. The person who messaged me on Instagram called me a whore. I laughed and blocked them. And then the next day, I don't have the phone number listed on my Instagram account, so I'm not sure if they looked me up and found it somehow, or if someone gave them my number, but one of the other 7 people texted me, this time with a new and improved offer. $50 total for 7 people. Not $50 per person, $50 total. I did the math. That would be about $7.14 per person, assuming each person takes an hour per service. I'm not super fast at makeup yet, and I won't skimp on a facial. Then it's more like $3.57 an hour, or per service per person. I once again was like, are you kidding me? I told them, you don't set my prices. Like, the audacity truly kills me. I'll not understand people like this. Do you just not have any self-awareness, let alone self-respect? Unbelievable. No thanks, I'd rather chill at home, drinking tea and watching TV, cuddled up with my cat, and make zero money than bust my ass for such lousy pay. Such a joke. How pathetic do you think I am? I just worked my ass off in beauty school for months on end, just to make less than minimum wage working for you losers? Thought you guys might laugh at this one. I was just in awe at how insane these people were. Even if they had apologized and had genuinely asked me what I charged for my services, there's no way I'm doing anything for you after someone in your group called me a whore for not accepting free work. That's actually insane, and I just know I'd be in for a hell of a day if I had accepted that. Gave me a good laugh at least. Just another day, another entitled person blocked. It's bad enough that they expect you to do all that for free. Then to call you a whore because you wouldn't bend to their will is beyond entitled. It's childish. How old are these people to think that would make you change your mind? The $50 off was just an insult on top of everything else. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below and hit that notification bell, or I'm going to replace your kneecaps with uncooked ramen noodles. Now I will see you all next time. Hasta la pasta.